Hi guys, it's Blue, and I'm here with my April wrap up. I read quite a few books this month. It was a really good month. I had like 10 days off because of Easter and Anzac Day and everything like that. And so I smashed out a fair few books. Let's see what they are. So one of the books I read was Yes Please by Amy Palmer, and she is fantastic. She's completely funny, which I don't find her funny in like Parks and Recreation or anything like that. I don't find her a funny actress, but as a writer, she is absolutely hilarious. So I gave that book 5 stars. So I highly recommend reading that. That is definitely something that needs to be read. I did read Dead Man Wonderland. So this is the third installment of the series. It's possibly one of my favorite anime mangas. I love it. I love the anime, and I'm slowly getting through the manga. If you kind of like a little bit of gore and a little bit of fucked up, then definitely read this. I smashed out volume 16 and 17 of My Hero Academia, which is so cute. I love it. I gave both of these books 5 stars. I love the storyline. The graphics are incredible. It's just so amazing, and I love all the characters, and I'm loving their journey as they go. They're so cute. So if you haven't read this manga, then you should. It's amazing. So I smashed out about 10, yeah, 10 editions of One Piece. So One Piece I've heard like mixed reviews about, mixed reviews about. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's really bad. I, however, like the graphics. I don't really like the storyline or the dialogue of it. I think it's very childish. I know it is based at a younger audience, but I just didn't find it that fascinating or intriguing. I do have a few more editions of this manga, so I might just suck it up and keep reading it because, you know, you own it, you read it, right? So overall, I think I gave maybe one or two of these a 2 stars and the rest of them about a 3 because the graphics is cute, but the rest would be like, ugh, this is probably not a manga that I would ever recommend. Alright, the next one comes out in like 2 big installments, so bear with me. Yeah. And that is Bleach. So I read volumes 22 to 48 of Bleach. I'll show you 22 because it has one of my favorite characters on it. I am obsessed with Bleach. My friend got me onto Bleach. This is one of the best mangas I've ever read. This is the whole second box set, and I read all these in a week because I love it that much. I'm super obsessed. It's definitely a manga that I recommend. It's pretty much about Ichigo, who is a human, and he comes across this Soul Reaper, and then he dives into the Soul Reaper universe. I don't really want to go into too much detail about what this arc and this box contains because it's kind of all spoilers, and if you haven't read the first series, I don't want to ruin it for you. But Bleach is right up there with, yeah, Tokyo Ghoul is my favorite manga and anime. It's freaking incredible. Read it and enjoy. Okay, now that we've got the manga out of the way, let's get to the books. So first off the bat, I got How to Save a Life by Sarah Sa. This was sent to me by Osborne Publishing. This was a review book, and it's pretty much about 2 lives that cross over. One girl is pregnant and wants to put a baby up for adoption, and the other character, Mandy, yeah, Mandy is the pregnant one actually, sorry, who's the other one? Jill, her dad died and her mum wants to adopt Mandy's baby. Whoops. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was a really cute story. It was really amazing dialogue. And I found the descriptions very, very awesome. So that was a good read. Recommend that. I also got Caught by Demons, which is Catherine Blanche's first book in the series. This is like a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles, and it's based on an elf and the crimes that are happening in Los Angeles, and this elf's part of a squadron that's trying to like stop it. It was really, really good. I liked the use of all the mythical creatures in there, and it wasn't just so basic and your standard of what mythical creatures are and how they're supposed to act. This was a very good book. I'll put Catherine's details down below so you can go check her out, because I don't think I've ever read anything quite like this, and it was quite fascinating. So give it a go. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. The next one I got is How to Fuck a Cantaloupe, and this is by Pete Young. Sorry, I'm like losing my voice. Pete Young. So Pete Young is actually a local Aussie author who is a legend inside this book, and this guy is freaking hilarious. So funny. This book was like nothing I've ever read before. It was based on this guy called Dan Savage who just runs into a stream of bad luck. I was literally laughing at every single page. Everything he did just stockpiled and kept rolling into like worse and worse outcomes of his life. It was very fascinating. I gave it 5 stars. I would highly recommend that you read this book and also support an Aussie author, because we don't have enough. Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Sky. This was a really interesting read. So this is published by Blazer and Bray, which is an imprint of HarperCollins. This book was definitely unique. I really, really, really love the writing style that Sky has. It's something that I've never really encountered before, and she's written another series called The Crown's Game, which I have and haven't read, but I'm now putting in my TBR because damn, this girl can write. So good. The next one I got as a review book from Transit Publishing, which is Magic. I don't like it. I'm not talking about it, but I read it all. Don't read it. I also got The Shining Wall by Melissa Ferguson by Transit Publishing. This was a really, really good concept. It was kind of like iRobot meets Hunger Games, also meets, what's that book called? Divergent. That's it. It was very, very interesting and had a lot of nerdy things in there, but not nerdy enough so I didn't know what was going on. Nerdy enough that I actually knew what the fuck I was reading. So that was really, really, really good. I got Lillian's Aiden by Cheryl Adams. This was sent to me by Spinifex, which is I'm going to say it wrong. No, I said it right. Spinifex Press, which is an Australian publishing company. I thought this book was brilliant. This book was funny. It's not really a YA book. It's more of like, it's kind of something that your 50-year-old mum would read, if I'm going to put it into like some sort of like fiction category. I found out the writer is like 80 years old, and damn, I want to meet her and buy her scones. Like, this bitch is hilarious. I loved it. It was such a good book. If you're into that kind of stuff, a bit of like Australian setting, historical fiction, read it. So good. Brilliant. They always send me good books, Spinifex. Always really good. Another one that I thought was really, really good was Dave Warner's River of Salt. So, not gonna lie, this took me a while to get into because the accents were so thick and I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on? I couldn't keep up. But this was really, really good. Dave Warner's an Australian writer, and he's got some pretty goddamn good talent for an Australian writer. So this is pretty much like, what was his name? Blake was a hitman for a mob, and then he seeks refuge on the other side of the world, and it's pretty much his story and the crimes that happen around him and how he wants to solve it and everything like that. So that was really, really good. A lot of really good books this month. I read Unbound. So this was sent to me by Austin Macaulay Publishing in London. It's by Zoe D. Target. This was a pretty good read. I liked it. I liked the concept. The story was really, really good. It got a little bit too romantic for me, because y'all know I hate romance. But no, this was pretty alright. I think it's one of those books that if you have nothing else to read, then this will be fantastic. But out of all the books that I've read in the month of April, that almost shot off the table. I'm so lucky you didn't see that. That was really, really awkward. What was I saying? Yeah, it's just one of those books that's just like, good meh read, if that makes sense. 2 more books to go. So I read Artemis, and this was by Andy Weir, and don't really know. This is a gorgeous edition, by the way. Look at these spray painted edges. Black as my soul. I loved it. This was so good. I didn't expect it to be so good. I literally finished it today, and I've just opened the dust jacket because I've got this book in paperback and hardcover. I read the paperback version, and like, what? This hardcover version's blown me away. That is sick as hell. Anyway, the book itself is really, really good. It's very well written, and it's just phenomenal. Tom Hanks likes it, dude. It's on the back. Tom Hanks thinks this is a masterpiece. If Tom Hanks likes it, it's gotta be damn good. It was really, really good. I like the characters. I love the story. I love the way it was written. I really like the way it was written. It's very unique. It's kind of like being in a character's head without being in the character's head too much that you want to neck yourself. But this was really, really good. Really, 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 really good. The last one, I don't know if they say you save the best for last, but I finished Nevernight, which is by Jay Kristoff, who is a Melburnian writer. Alright, so pretty much I want to know, let's say about here, what the fuck was he thinking with like all this? This was like a waste of a forest. Not just this edition, obviously other editions as well. The first, like, I'm gonna say more than a third, maybe like the first half of the book was so freaking slow that I was literally messaging my friends asking when it's going to get interesting so I could just possibly jump to that page. I didn't. I kept reading, and it got incredibly better, but I don't know if the better part of the book cancels out the worst part of the book. I like the characters. I think the first half of the book, Jay Kristoff's ego was so big it was like typing on his keyboard instead of his fingers. The footnotes sucked. Legit sucked. Like, there was a few times where, okay, like, just turn to a random page. Here's the footnote. Oh, look, there is good in her. Cue the swelling violins. That is not a footnote. That is just your ego going da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk in your head. And, dude, it killed me. Another thing I didn't really like about the footnotes is the fact that they were, like, this freaking long. You see all this? This was a footnote. And that was just one footnote. It wasn't even like multiple. If you need to put that big footnotes, like that big of footnotes in your story, maybe you're not really writing it well enough to be explained. I think a lot of these footnotes could have been something that could either been avoided putting in there, like the violin swelling bit, and I'm like, oh, good on her, she's so brave, like, and then the other footnotes could have just been casually written into the story, so, you know, it got to a point where I actually stopped reading the footnotes. I think that was like about, I don't know, page 200, I'm going to say off the top of my head. I stopped reading them because I thought they were gay. I'm not too sure what I'm going to rate this book because I've only like just finished it. Maybe like a 3.5 to 4 stars. I think Jay Kristoff's ego killed it for me, which is really, really annoying because he's such an amazing writer. I love all his other work, and he's such a swell ass dude in person. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to rate this. Maybe a 4. Let's give it a pity point. And that is my 52 books that I read in the month of April. I had a very, very busy month. Like, extremely busy. I need a life. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. If you like my kind of content or like me rambling, then this is something that you should subscribe to. I'm going to be doing more videos and start doing like reading vlogs. I don't know how to do them. Probably won't figure it out. I'm just going to wing it as I go. But that will be happening. But that's it from me. You guys have a great day, night, morning, whatevs. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you later.